Hello everyone! It looks like another pirate crew is about to feature a legendary power duo. Luffy has officially invited Loki to join the Straw Hat Pirates. The good news is that the crew's final 10 members are finally assembled, drastically boosting their overall strength. The bad news? Zoro's position as vice captain might be in jeopardy. In chapter 1152, our captain decided to invite Loki to become his nakama. Honestly, having the giant prince join the Straw Hat Pirates would be like adding icing on the cake, giving a tiger wings. His power is undeniable. He possesses the strongest single strike attack, placing him at least at the Yonko-level. 6 years ago, his bounty had already reached a staggering 2.6 billion berries. This shows just how terrifying a threat the 5 elders considered him to be. Even Red Hair Shanks had to rally all the giants just to subdue him. When you consider the force of a single swing from Loki's hammer, how many in the New World could confidently block it? And that was a blow delivered in a weakened state. Perhaps Luffy, having witnessed Loki's incredible combat prowess and finding his personality a perfect match, decided to invite him aboard. Besides, they were missing a giant crewmate, and the position of lookout is still vacant. With Loki's colossal height, he's a perfect fit for the role. His vantage point would allow him to spot enemy ships from afar and pinpoint their exact location. However, with power that rivals Luffy's, Loki's presence on the crew would undoubtedly usurp Zoro's number 2 spot. It's no wonder the wings of the king aren't exactly rolling out the welcome mat for this new friend. Still, with Loki's arrival, overall strength is no longer an issue. At the very least, when facing the Blackbeard pirates in the future, they won't have to worry about finding worthy opponents. Luffy versus Blackbeard is a given. Zoro will face Shiryu, and Loki's opponent could very well be Kusan. Height difference aside, their power levels are quite comparable, promising one of the most epic showdowns. Oda would never pit Sanji, who has just reached the level of a vice admiral, against a full-fledged marine admiral. One unresolved issue remains. The Thousand Sunny is only 39 meters long, while Loki stands at a minimum of 60 meters tall. Let's not even get into where he would sleep or if there would be enough food. The mere question of whether the Sunny can even bear his immense weight is a major problem. Unless, of course, Loki becomes the ship himself, carrying the Straw Hats to their next adventure. In truth, the library's Owl Biblo could solve this dilemma. Its grow fruit can enlarge anything within its sight. In that case, simply tripling the size of the Thousand Sunny would allow the Straw Hats to keep their ship while giving Loki the freedom to move around comfortably. Welcome back to Amy Channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most seismic potential events in One Piece history. The possibility of Loki, the Cursed Prince of Elbaf, becoming the 10th and final member of the Straw Hat Pirates. This isn't just a decision that could completely alter the landscape of the final war, but it also raises major questions about the future of the most formidable pirate crew in the New World. But is Loki's recruitment truly the right move? Or is it a reckless gamble by Luffy that could lead to unforeseen consequences? Join Amy as we explore every facet of this issue, from Loki's terrifying combat abilities to the fundamental shifts in the Straw Hats' power structure, and especially the technical challenges they'll face with a giant on board. Looking back at Luffy's journey from the very beginning, he has always been very careful when recruiting members for his crew. Not just anyone can become a Straw Hat. They must have their own dream, a tragic backstory for Luffy to empathize with, and most importantly, a good heart beneath a tough exterior. Loki fits all these criteria perfectly. First, in terms of power, the fact that he had a 2.6 billion berry bounty 6 years ago says it all. This is a number that even the current Yonko would be wary of. It's worth noting that this bounty was issued before Loki ate the legendary devil fruit of Elbaf's royal family. This means his true power now could far exceed that figure. In terms of character, despite being known as the Cursed Prince, recent chapters have revealed that Loki was actually the victim of a frame-up. He didn't kill his father as everyone believes. This perfectly matches the pattern Oda often uses for new crewmates. They all have a painful, misunderstood past. Loki's story also shares a striking similarity with Robin's. Both were branded as criminals by the entire world for crimes they didn't commit. Robin was accused of destroying 6 battleships at just 8 years old, while Loki was accused of patricide to steal a devil fruit. Both had to live with the scorn and hatred of everyone around them. Notably, in chapter 1152, we witnessed how Luffy approached Loki. Unlike previous times when he might impulsively invite someone, this time Luffy showed remarkable persistence. This suggests Luffy sees something special in Loki, perhaps a profound loneliness that only those who have experienced similar pain can perceive. Loki joining the Straw Hat Pirates would completely revolutionize the crew's power structure. Currently, the monster trio of Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji has become an iconic concept in the One Piece fan community. However, with Loki's current strength, he would very likely become the second strongest member of the crew, right behind Luffy. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. Looking at the Roger Pirates, we had Rayleigh, the vice captain, whose strength was comparable to his captain's. Scopper Gabon, the third strongest member, was also a formidable force. This pattern may be repeated with the Straw Hats as they draw closer to Laugh Tale. In fact, Zoro and Sanji are also in the process of evolving. Chapter 1152 confirmed that Zoro possesses Conqueror's Haki, and with Gaben's guidance, there's nothing stopping him from growing even stronger. As for Sanji, with the full awakening of his Germa powers, he too has the potential to reach a new plateau. What's crucial is that Loki isn't just a powerhouse in combat. As a Prince of Elbaf, the kingdom known as the strongest nation in the world, he possesses a wealth of political and military knowledge. This will be invaluable when the Straw Hats confront the world government in the final war. One aspect many fans haven't considered is Loki's specific tactical role within the crew. While most Straw Hats have their own specialty, Nami in navigation, Chopper in medicine, Frankie in engineering, Loki could take on several vital roles. First and foremost, with his immense height, Loki would be the perfect eyes in the sky for the crew. On the open sea, early detection of enemies or islands can be a matter of life and death. No one is better suited for the lookout role than a giant standing dozens of meters tall. Second, Loki's combat experience is not to be trifled with. He survived a war against Shanks and the entire forces of Elbaf. This proves he is not only physically powerful, but also possesses sharp tactical intelligence. Third, and perhaps most importantly, Loki wields a legendary devil fruit. Although Oda has not yet revealed its full capabilities, based on what's been hinted at, it could be one of the most powerful fruits ever introduced in the series. Many theories suggest it might be the Inu Inumi model Fenrir, a Zona fruit linked to the giant wolf of Norse mythology, capable of bringing about immense destruction. The biggest concern for everyone is the logistics of his size. The Thousand Sunny is only 39 meters long while Loki is at least 60 meters tall. This is indeed a massive challenge, but it's not unsolvable. The first solution, as mentioned earlier, is to use the abilities of the Owl Biblo and its Grow fruit. Enlarging the Sunny could solve the space issue entirely. But there's another possibility few have considered. Loki's own Devil Fruit might grant him the ability to change size. In Norse mythology, the god Loki, whose name is similar to our characters, was a shapeshifter. If Oda incorporates this element, Loki could easily shrink his body to fit on the ship. Furthermore, having a giant crewmate brings undeniable tactical advantages. In large-scale naval battles, Loki could act as a mobile fortress, protecting the Sunny from attacks on all sides. Loki's addition to the Straw Hats is not just significant in terms of power, but also carries deep symbolic weight. Luffy, with his title of Sun God Nika, would have a giant, a race known for worshipping Nika, as his crewmate. This creates a perfect connection between the mythology and the reality of the One Piece world. Moreover, this reinforces the humanitarian message Oda consistently conveys. True strength comes not from isolation, but from connecting with others. Loki, once a lonely prince rejected by the entire world, would find a new family among the Straw Hat Pirates. From a plot perspective, having Loki on the team opens up new possibilities for the final arc of One Piece. With his knowledge of Elbaf and his complex relationship with Shanks, Loki could be the key to unlocking the remaining mysteries of the Will of D, the Void Century, and One Piece itself. In conclusion, Loki joining the Straw Hats is more than just a power-up. It's a pivotal turning point in Luffy's journey to claim the One Piece. From resolving logistical challenges to restructuring the monster trio and ultimately preparing for the final war, everything points to this being the right decision. What are your thoughts on Loki becoming the 10th member of the Straw Hat Pirates? Do you think he's a good fit for the Straw Hat Pirates? Share your opinions in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Amy's channel so you don't miss out on more exciting One Piece analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.